now has passed, we can focus on moving forward. You know how I like to move forward. And so we're going to have a year dedicated to spiritual transformation. Are you ready? Yes. Thank you. It's going to be transformative for each and every one of us individually, for the ministry, for our movement, the unity movement, the New Thought movement, and the world. Are you ready?
I'm excited.
Yes. I know. Anything goes. Or does it? Barbara Marx Hubbard pointed out in her movie called Humanity Ascending that throughout history, whenever our planet reached a turning point, sometimes of global crisis, but we won't talk about that, it's our consciousness that also had to expand to meet that experience and to move beyond and restructure itself in a whole new way. I know some of you who've been here with me all these months are almost nervous. Is she going to rearrange the furniture again? Move around a classroom? What? You can never tell, can you? So as we look back into the history of mankind, to see those jumping forward places, the leaping forward of consciousness that has taken place, we can see that as species, as human species and various animal species, that whenever there was a turning point, multiple organisms took a jump forward. And you can probably make that parallel within the evolution of your own life, whether it's from childhood to teens to graduating high school to going off to college to getting a job to getting married, etc., etc., etc. You evolved at every step of the way to jump into a new level of consciousness, a new way of being, a new expression. Have you not?
Yes, we have.
Yes, you have. So as you've been leaping and mutating and transforming, a lot of things have been going on internally. And it's the same with our current culture. It seems like every single day there is a turning point for humanity, possibly a turning point for you in your life. But within each and every turning point, within each and every challenge, is also the seed. The seed for that transformation to occur that will unfold and blossom into a new, beautiful existence. Yeah, sort of. I see some unsure faces. Not always fun, is it? But in the end, it always turns out okay. And the prayer for protection, the last line is, and all is well. You say that.
And all is well.
Excellent. So within every challenge is that potential, and it will reveal to you how to move forward and ultimately lead to you to the number one thing that is important. And that is the truth of who you have come here to be. So who are you? Oops. Uh-oh, that's not good. I see a counseling session in my future.
A radiant child of God.
Yes, indeed. You are a spiritual being living in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual law. I'll say that again. You are a spiritual being in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual law. May I have an amen?
Amen.
Very good. All right, except, here's the kicker, we haven't all fully embodied and embraced that truth 110% on every level of our being, have we?
Mm-hmm.
No. Bummer. You know what that means? There's work to be done. So as you expand into that level of consciousness, that will explain to you a few things. Why the promises of the Bible may or may not have worked for you so far. Why the teachings of Jesus and the miracles of Jesus you may or may not can't duplicate in this life experience just yet. The teachings of unity and the New Thought and religious science. Somehow, they're not all Gelling. Got it? Even the movie The Secret, which tries to make the law of attraction quite simple, somehow it doesn't really work the way they say it should. Why? Because at a level of internal consciousness, we haven't fully embodied that truth 110%. Let's go for 111 because then it's 111. You know how I like to make things fun. In the microwave, 111. Good. It's because you haven't fully realized the truth of who you are. You haven't fully realized, and I'm speaking for myself as well, haven't fully realized who you have come here to be on this planet at this time in our history. You think? Maybe?
I realized it yesterday, but then I forgot today.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're on pain medicine, and I've been taking cough syrup. So I'm here to remind you all that you are a spiritual being, living in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual law. You're created in the image and likeness of God. How many times have I said that? It's a wonderful thought. And then, what do we do with it? Have you realized the internal depth and the power and the potential that comes with that idea? Maybe not entirely. Jesus pointed out that it is written in the scriptures, it is not written in the law, I say you are gods. Is it not written in the law, I say you are gods? Does that ring a bell to any of you? I don't remember, I didn't write it down. Because why? I was on cough syrup. I usually write down where my scriptures come from. Oh,
The
God.
Bible.
Yeah, the Bible, thank you. So he advised us, Jesus did, in several ways of his ministry that we are to rise up in an awareness of embodying that truth. He said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they are the children of God. Are we not all children of God, made in the image and likeness?
Amen.
Thank you. Well done. The truth is, we have all come here to play at a level of greatness. We're not here to play small. We're not here to hide our light. We are here to be amazing spiritual beings, just like Gandhi, Dr. Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, St. Francis, the list goes on. At the level of every great and wise soul, these individuals made a difference. Why? Because they knew who they came here to be. Simple as that. Do you know who you've come here to be?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I got one Ned Hotting. One Ned Hotting. Yes. One
Head nodding.
Thank you, Andy.
It's a bald one. You can't miss it.
Give us some more
Beautiful.
cough syrup.
So, do you know what the difference is now between these great souls and yourself? It's a C word.
Consciousness.
Commitment.
Okay.
Oh,
Close.
commitment?
Thank you.
And
And confidence. Yeah, there's a number of C words floating around this sanctuary. It's a good thing they're more than 4 letters. All right. So it takes commitment to learning who you are as a spiritual being. It takes commitment to show up here on Sunday morning. It takes commitment to read a book and take a class. It takes commitment to follow our internal guidance, even though we say, no, it'll be too hard. Who here's been there? Yeah. So when we have commitment, we must take a look within ourselves and call forth our spiritual discipline, extending love, forgiveness, awareness, compassion, and holding a high vision of ourselves. We need to put ourselves in alignment with the truth that we are made in the image and likeness of God. And act like it.
Ooh.
Ooh. So we can act like it, or we can allow the outer appearances to push us off the center of what we know to be true. We can allow someone else's experience or behavior to overwhelm or hurt you. Or we can take it a step further. We could blame them for the state that you find yourself in. And I'm not talking about the state of California. No, I'm talking about the state of resistance, the state of judgment, the state of denial, the state of hardship, the state of anger. Shall I go on?
No, we
You
got
know
it.
what you did, okay? And it's in those close interpersonal relationships that we get the opportunity to practice. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Isn't it? All right, you're
Yeah.
laughing.
Uh-huh.
I know you've had those life lessons just along with me.
Oh, yeah.
So have you committed to taking the spiritual wisdom, the spiritual discipline into your life experiences? Have you committed to the spiritual discipline at work in your everyday lives? That's where the rubber meets the road, I've been told. The fact is that we are great and wise people, and we have the opportunity to make a difference living the truth that we know. Unity principle number 5. And it is our soul's yearning to live at that level of commitment. Commitment to yourself. That's why you're all here. Otherwise, you'd be floating around in the ether somewhere, laughing, saying, hey, I learned that lesson. Ha, ha, ha. Edwene Gaines, in her book, The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity, said, "What I know with clarity and certainty is that when you make a 100% commitment to do something, to be something, and you take every step forward with integrity, the universe will open up to you like there is no other way you can possibly go. It'll rush in to support every step of the way, and that is when you use the word commitment. Not a vague, hazy, wishy-washy, maybe I'll do it if it works out, or maybe I'll do it if it sounds fun kind of commitment. Commitment. It's a 100% come hell or high water commitment. You been there?
Yes.
You have avoided it? Uh-huh. Oh, that was a louder uh-huh than the first one. You are busted big time, friends. But we've been on both sides of that coin, the commitment coin. And so when we have that 100% hell or high water commitment, nothing can stop us. Right? So the only sure way to make that commitment is to not turn back, not look for the loophole. We spend a lot of time in our lives looking for the loophole, especially with taxes. But you know, in your commitment to who you are, who you've come here to be, how you choose to be as a spiritual being, living in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual law, it's not going to pay to look for that loophole. So my invitation to you is just get over it. You're here. You got work to do. I'm here with you. I got work to do. And so in unity, there's really only one thing that we commit to, and that is the unfolding of our spirit to seek to live in harmony with universal law, with truth and integrity, to really be whoever it is we decided to be when we came to this life experience. To reveal to yourself the truth of your life's purpose, and then express it. If you're expressing your life purpose in the universe, then you give others permission to do the same, and there are more cogs in the wheel expressing in alignment with their truth, and it becomes peaceful, and it becomes more compassionate, and it becomes more harmonious. And isn't that what we say we want?
Mhm.
The first step is up to you. And I believe that our world is ready for a new vision. Maybe not all of us, but we're the cultural creatives, and we get to lead the way. Namaste.
Namaste.